Picture this. It's January 31st, 1961. The space race is heating up. The Soviets are ahead. America is desperate to catch up. And NASA's answer? Send a chimpanzee named Ham into space before any human dares to go. But here's the thing. Ham had no idea what he'd signed up for. Ham wasn't always destined for the stars. He was just a regular chimp, captured in Cameroon and brought to a Florida wildlife center. The Air Force bought him for $457. Yes, less than the cost of a decent laptop today, and shipped him off to New Mexico for astronaut training. And by training, I mean they strapped him into a tiny chair and taught him to pull levers in exchange for banana pellets. Get it wrong? Mild electric shock to the feet. Get it right? Sweet, sweet banana reward. For 18 months, Ham became a lever-pulling expert. NASA originally called him Number 65 because, and this is really dark, they didn't want to name him in case he, didn't make it back. So, on January 31st, 1961, Ham was strapped into a Mercury capsule atop a Redstone rocket. The plan? A simple 16-minute suborbital flight. Easy, right? Wrong. Everything that could go wrong did. A valve malfunctioned, causing the rocket to deliver way more thrust than planned. Ham experienced 17 Gs of force during launch. That's like having 17 times your body weight crushing down on you. Then during re-entry, 14.7 Gs. The capsule overshot its landing by 130 miles and started taking on water in the Atlantic Ocean. But here's the amazing part. Despite the terrifying ride, Ham kept pulling those levers. His performance was only a fraction of a second slower than on Earth. This little guy proved that complex tasks could be performed in space. When the recovery ship finally fished Ham out of the ocean hours later, the press was waiting. The photos show Ham with what looks like a big smile, and the media ate it up. Happy Ham returns from space. But primatologists later pointed out that wasn't a smile. That was a fear grimace, basically a chimp's way of saying, I am terrified. And Ham made his feelings crystal clear. When photographers tried to get him back into the capsule for a photo op, Ham said, absolutely not. It took 3 grown men to try to calm him down, and they still couldn't get him near that thing. Jane Goodall later called it the most extreme fear she'd ever seen on a chimpanzee. Ham never went near a space capsule again. But here's the beautiful part. Ham's courage, voluntary or not, paved the way for Alan Shepard to become the first American in space just 3 months later. Without Ham's terrifying joyride, we might not have made it to the moon. So next time someone asks, who was the first American in space? Remember, it was a chimp named Ham, and he was not thrilled about it.